did you first notice that you had A, an interest in music, and B, a gift for it?
I was put on a stage when I was 3 years old, and it was just like a little school production thing, and I fell in love with it. I found that I could be myself on stage in a way that I wasn't able to in just regular life, and so I started taking voice lessons and doing musical theater productions, and I never thought about it. It just came naturally, and it's just what I've always done and what I've always loved. And as I got older, I realized I couldn't picture myself doing anything else.
A lot of people have a talent for things.
Mm-hmm.
You go beyond the talent, you have the passion.
Mm-hmm.
When did that really kick in?
It really kicked in about 4 years ago when I started writing my own music, and I was able to combine poetry and emotion that I was feeling with singing and performing, which are things I've grown up loving and living for. And so that just really, really ignited a passion within me. And when I can go out and perform a song that I've written and move somebody in the audience emotionally, it's the most incredible feeling. It's like magic.
What is your genre of music?
I never know how to respond to that question. It's I'm influenced by a lot of stuff from the 60s and 70s and great songwriters like Cat Stevens and Paul Simon and good stuff. But I also love modern alternative like Imagine Dragons and Cage the Elephant. And so it's just kind of like a mishmash of all these different things that I've listened to in an acoustic form right now, and I'm working on stuff with a band. And so when it's in a band setting, it's a little more rock and roll, but by myself, it's kind of pop rock singer-songwriter.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like to write about?
I write about everything. Whatever I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll come home and I'll be really sad and write a song about feeling like I don't fit in and like people don't understand me, because being a creative, it can be difficult to go through high school, and especially in places where people, are really capitalizing on math and science, and to be a little different, that can be a challenge sometimes. But my band and I did a CD the other day, and we had a bunch of like funny things that happened in the studio, and so I wrote a song about that. And I write a lot of songs too about experiences I've had with pediatric cancer patients, and so it just really varies.
Okay, I want to go back to the pediatric cancer patients, but first
Sure.
I want to hit on something really interesting you said, especially in today's climate,
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes it's difficult because people don't understand you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there may be other creative young people out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I hesitate to use the bully word, but I'm going to use the bully word.
Yeah.
Who might get bullied because they are, as you say, a little different. Because
Right.
the bent is, you certainly have the academics, but
Mm-hmm.
the bent is also to the creative.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to those other young people?
Man, it's really difficult. And I've grown up with, a little bit of anxiety and depression, and trying to just really accept myself, because I had a lot of teachers telling me, you're never going to be able to make money in music. You're, too sensitive. But I've found that my sensitivity is my greatest strength, and I think a lot of artists are sensitive. But it allows you to connect with other people on stage and really express yourself through music, I think. So I would tell young people to just find a deep acceptance for yourself and love yourself, and just really believe in what you're doing, and let that passion be stronger than the words of people coming in that might say, you're crazy for wanting to do this, or, you're too different. Because I think being different is a beautiful thing. And if everybody was the same, it would be so boring. And yeah, so.
Let's talk about your passion for making your music more than just about music, but for
Mm-hmm.
doing the greater good.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about how you're using music to do that.
Sure. So I became friends with a young man named Ethan Ferguson about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was diagnosed with brain cancer, and it was awful, because I realized we were so similar in every way, except he was fighting for his life and I wasn't. I take going to school for granted every day, and he just wanted to be able to go without having chemo interrupt something. And so I knew that I needed to do something, and music is what I've always done and what I've always loved. And so I thought if I could use that to connect with other people and reach them at a deeper emotional level, to help, not only my friend, but other people that are going through the horrors of pediatric cancer. It felt like a calling. It felt like something that's so much greater than me. Like I almost didn't have a say in it. It just happened. And I found the Tyler Robinson Foundation, which was founded by my favorite band, Imagine Dragons, after one of their biggest fans, Tyler Robinson, passed away from pediatric cancer when he was 17. And music was what got him through his chemo treatments. He loved this song called It's Time that had a line in it that says, "The path to heaven runs through miles of clouded hell." And that was just his anthem. And so I learned a whole bunch of Imagine Dragons songs and started doing benefit concerts at different places around Pensacola and just playing at the Palafox Market. And it's so incredible to have like these little kids come up and like beg their parents to make a donation. I keep Tyler's picture on my guitar case, and a bunch of little kids have like seen it and really wanted to help. And so anyway, it's been the most rewarding thing I've ever done. It's given me, continued my passion, and I've talked a lot to different schools about it, and to see young people get excited about, helping something that's so much bigger is so exciting.
And you've gotten recognized for this.
I have. I was given the Ambassador Award by Imagine Dragons at the 5th annual Tyler Robinson Foundation Gala in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace this past year. And so I had to give a speech in front of Imagine Dragons and a couple thousand people and like the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and it was so incredible. And seeing Tyler Robinson's family cried when I gave my speech, and I think just to see how much it meant to them and have other cancer families come up to me and tell me that my work has changed their life is like, I can't even put into words how incredible that feeling is.
So you're 17.
Yes.
You've gotten this huge award, made this big speech in front of a lot of important people. You're in a band.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a CD. Where do you go from here?
That's a good question. I really don't know. The next year is kind of up in the air. I want to go to Berklee College of Music in Boston, but I think the logistics of that right now are kind of tricky. But I want to keep doing stuff with my band. I'm going to keep doing stuff as a solo artist as well, and writing music, and just continuing to raise money for the Tyler Robinson Foundation and doing what my heart tells me to do, and trust that everything's going to work out.
I'm going to ask you a question. If you would just answer to her,
Sure.
that'd be great. What would you like people to learn from this story today?
Man, well.
If there was one thing they could walk away with.
I think it's that you're never too young to make a difference. I had a lot of people tell me that, you're too young, you're not going to make a significant impact, and especially not through music, because people have a hard time making any money through music. But, I was able to raise over $30,000 for this foundation that I have so much belief in. And so I think if you really put your heart and your mind to something, no matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, you can change the world.